Alex had always thought space was lonely. Even after years of training as a scout pilot, nothing had prepared him for the emptiness he felt drifting among the stars. His small spaceship hummed quietly, the only sound in the cockpit, until suddenly the sensors picked up an anomaly. A small, rocky planet that shouldn't have been on any star maps. Curiosity overpowered caution. With a skilled flick of his wrist, he adjusted his course and began descent. The atmosphere was thin but breathable. Dust swirled across reddish soil as he landed, the ship's thrusters kicking up small clouds that quickly dissipated. Alex stepped out, boots crunching on the unfamiliar terrain. It smelled faintly metallic, like iron mixed with rain, and a soft wind carried distant echoes that sounded almost alive. "Okay, Alex," he muttered to himself, adjusting the straps of his exploration pack. "Just a routine scouting mission. Nothing crazy." He took a few careful steps, scanning the landscape. Craggy rocks towered above him, and strange plants with translucent leaves glowed faintly. He noticed movement in the distance, tiny flickers darting between rocks. His hand instinctively went to his multi-tool, a device that could scan, communicate, and defend if needed. Then he saw her. A small creature, barely the size of a teacup, hovered near a rock. Her skin shimmered with soft golden light, her eyes bright and intelligent. She had delicate wings like a dragonfly and a mischievous smile that somehow made Alex's tension ease. "Hello?" he called, unsure if she could understand him. The tiny alien tilted her head, then spoke. Her voice was high-pitched but clear, echoing slightly in the air. "Take him whatever you want." Alex froze. He blinked. I'm sorry, what?" The alien floated closer, tiny arms outstretched. "Take anything, all of it. It is yours." It sounded like a trick, a trap. He'd seen alien worlds in simulations, known of creatures that lured explorers into danger. But something in her eyes, bright, curious, unthreatening, made him hesitate. She wasn't hiding behind rocks. She wasn't trying to scare him. She looked genuine. He crouched slightly to meet her gaze. "Anything?" he asked, unsure if he really believed it. "Anything," she repeated. Then she twirled in the air, her wings catching the light, and added with a playful tone, "But you must choose carefully." Alex smiled nervously. The absurdity of the situation was almost funny. Here he was, a trained human scout faced with a tiny alien offering him anything from her world. He looked around, noticing hundreds of tiny objects scattered across the rocks. Crystals, tiny tools, small gadgets that hummed softly. Some glowed in colors he had never seen. He reached out almost instinctively toward a small crystal that pulsed with blue light. The moment his fingers brushed it, a gentle warmth spread up his arm. The crystal floated out of the rock and hovered in front of him. It was small yet heavy with a sense of power. He glanced at the tiny alien. "You can really do this?" he asked. She nodded, her wings fluttering. "Everything here is yours if you wish it. But some things are more than they seem." Alex picked up a small tool next, a metallic cube that unfolded into a tiny floating device with blinking lights. He pressed a button, and a holographic map of the planet appeared. The tiny alien giggled, seemingly pleased. "You are clever," she said. "Most do not choose wisely." Alex felt a strange thrill. Here, on an unknown world, he was being offered the chance to explore freely. Yet the tiny alien's words carried a hint of warning, subtle but real. He realized this planet, though beautiful, might not be as safe as it appeared. Suddenly, a loud rumble shook the ground. Alex stumbled, barely keeping his balance. The wind picked up, carrying a sound that made him freeze. Something huge was moving in the distance. Dust clouds rose and a shadow passed over the rocks. The tiny alien's eyes widened. "Danger!" she shouted. Alex's heart pounded. He had no weapons except his multi-tool, and whatever was approaching was clearly massive. The alien darted toward him, surprisingly fast for her size, and hovered near his shoulder. "We must hide," she urged. Alex scanned the area, spotting a narrow crevice in the rocks. He sprinted, the alien flitting beside him. They ducked inside, pressed against the cool stone. From the opening, he glimpsed the creature, a massive, armored alien unlike anything he had ever seen. Its skin was thick and rough, with long spines running down its back. It sniffed the air, and Alex could hear its heavy breathing. The tiny alien touched his arm. "You are brave," she whispered. "Most would run and hide," Alex swallowed. "I just don't want to be eaten." She laughed softly, a sound like tiny bells. "Then you are very human." The creature's steps grew louder, closer. Alex's mind raced. He had to think fast. He remembered the glowing crystal he had picked up. He pulled it out and it shone brightly. The massive alien recoiled slightly, hissing. The tiny alien's eyes sparkled. "Use it," she said. Alex concentrated, pointing the crystal toward the creature. Light shot out in a focused beam, startling the beast. It let out a loud roar, and then, confused, it turned and lumbered away, vanishing behind the rocks. Alex exhaled, his knees weak. The tiny alien hovered in front of him, smiling. "You are clever and brave." "Humans are interesting," Alex laughed nervously. "Interesting, huh? I think you just saved my life," she twirled in the air. "We make a good team." He looked at her closely. Even though she was tiny, she radiated intelligence and confidence. He realized that despite her size, she was far more capable than he had expected. There was no malice in her, only curiosity and perhaps a sense of playfulness. "Can you show me more?" Alex asked, adjusting his pack. "I want to understand this place." Her wings fluttered excitedly. "Follow me," she said. They ventured further into the rocky terrain. Alex marveled at the alien flora, plants that glowed, flowers that changed color when touched, and vines that seemed to move on their own. Leary, the tiny alien, explained how the ecosystem worked, how every creature had a role, how the crystals scattered across the rocks stored energy that powered the planet. As they walked, Alex noticed how small she was compared to him. Yet in every way that mattered, mind, spirit, courage, she was formidable. He realized that size didn't matter in this world. Intelligence, quick thinking, and bravery did. Hours passed and the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. They reached a plateau overlooking a valley filled with strange, luminous trees. Alex was stunned. This is incredible," he said. Leary hovered beside him. "It is beautiful, yes, but the planet holds more secrets. Many have come here and failed to understand. You might succeed." Alex felt a surge of excitement. Here was adventure, danger, and friendship, all rolled into one small, glowing alien. He knew he had only scratched the surface. "Tomorrow," he said, "we explore the deeper caves. I want to see everything this place has to offer." Leary smiled. "And I will help you. But remember, every choice has meaning. Every object, every crystal, it can help or harm." Alex nodded. He felt a strange bond forming, a mix of trust and admiration. He didn't know what challenges awaited them, but he knew that together, they could face whatever came. As night fell, they camped near a gentle stream, the stars reflecting on the water. Alex sat back, watching the tiny alien flit above him, her light illuminating the dark. The world was dangerous, strange, and unknown, but for the first time he felt alive, and he knew this was only the beginning. The morning sun bathed the alien valley in warm light, casting long shadows from the glowing trees. Alex stirred, stretching his stiff muscles after the long day of exploration. The tiny alien, Leary, hovered nearby, wings shimmering like sunlight on water. She was already scanning the terrain with her sharp, intelligent eyes. "Good morning," Alex said, rubbing his eyes. "Ready for more adventure?" Leary tilted her head and giggled. "I have been waiting all night. There is much to see." Alex packed their supplies and followed her down the slope. As they moved deeper into the valley, the air grew cooler, and the plants became more unusual. Some seemed almost alive, moving gently as if they could sense his presence. Tiny crystal formations dotted the ground, glowing faintly in rhythm with some invisible pulse. "This place, it's like it's alive," Alex whispered. Leary nodded. "It listens. It responds. But it is also dangerous. You must be careful." Alex kept a steady pace, his eyes scanning the strange landscape. He realized that Leary's small size gave her an advantage he could never match. She darted ahead, flitting between rocks while he navigated more cautiously, relying on his strength and judgment. Suddenly, a faint hum filled the air. Alex stopped and looked around. The hum grew louder, vibrating through the ground. Leary hovered near him, her wings tense. "The crystals," she said. "They are awake." They sensed something approaching. Alex's heart pounded. He had seen how the crystals could repel danger, but now he sensed a different kind of threat. A shadow moved across the valley floor, massive and silent. Alex instinctively reached for his multi-tool, though he knew it was little more than a scanner against a creature of this size. A large alien beast emerged, its body covered in thick, spiny armor. Its eyes glowed like molten gold and its breath hissed through the air. Alex froze, but Leary zipped in front of him, small but unafraid. "You must trust me," she said. "Follow my lead." Alex nodded. The creature roared, a sound that shook the ground beneath him. Leary darted toward a cluster of glowing crystals, guiding Alex to cover behind jagged rocks. "The crystals will help," she shouted. Alex grabbed one, remembering the warmth and light it had given him before. Holding it tightly, he pointed it at the approaching beast. The crystal glowed brightly, and the creature hesitated, snarling in confusion. Leary hovered at his shoulder, directing him, her tiny voice confident despite her size. Together, they moved strategically, using the crystals to create barriers of light that forced the beast to retreat. Alex marveled at her intelligence and bravery. It was incredible how much power a tiny creature could wield with knowledge and cunning. After what felt like hours, the beast finally retreated into the shadows, leaving the valley eerily quiet. Alex collapsed on the ground, breathing heavily. Leary hovered nearby, wings drooping slightly from exhaustion. "You did well," she said softly. "Most humans would have fled. You faced it with courage." Alex smiled weakly. "I had a very good partner." She laughed, a soft musical sound that lifted his spirits. "Then we are a good team." They continued deeper into the valley, reaching the entrance of a vast cave system. The walls glowed faintly with embedded crystals, illuminating the passage with soft, shifting colors. Alex stepped inside cautiously, aware that the cave could be both beautiful and deadly. Leary led him through narrow tunnels, pointing out various formations and creatures. Some were harmless, small glowing insects that flitted through the air. Others were more ominous, their shapes hidden in shadow, their eyes reflecting the light. "This place holds many secrets," Leary explained. "Few outsiders have come here. Even fewer have left safely." Alex's curiosity piqued. "What's at the end of the cave?" She smiled mysteriously. "Something that will test both your mind and courage. Are you ready?" He nodded. "As ready as I'll ever be." The cave opened into a vast chamber, the ceiling lost in shadow above. In the center, a massive crystal formation pulsed with bright energy, illuminating the chamber. Around it were strange mechanisms, small devices embedded in the rocks, humming and moving in precise patterns. Alex approached cautiously. "What is this?" he asked. "This is the heart of the planet," Leary said. "It controls much of the energy, but it is not easy to access. Only those who understand the balance of strength and intellect can approach safely." Alex studied the crystals and devices. He realized that they formed a pattern, a puzzle that required careful observation and quick thinking. With Leary's guidance, he began experimenting, moving crystals and pressing buttons, watching the energy shift and flow. Hours passed, and Alex felt a sense of accomplishment growing. He began to understand the rhythm of the crystals, the logic of the mechanisms. Leary floated beside him, offering advice and encouragement, her small presence reassuring him. Suddenly, the chamber shook violently. A hidden guardian, a massive construct of rock and crystal, emerged from the shadows. Its body moved with surprising speed and precision, attacking the crystals in an attempt to stop Alex and Leary. Alex felt a surge of adrenaline. He realized brute force wouldn't work. He had to outthink the guardian. Using his knowledge of the crystal patterns and Leary's guidance, he anticipated the guardian's movements, adjusting the crystals and devices to channel energy in a precise way. The guardian attacked repeatedly, but each time Alex and Leary countered, redirecting its force and controlling the energy flow. Finally, with a brilliant surge of light, the guardian froze, then dissolved into harmless fragments. Alex fell to his knees, exhausted but triumphant. Leary hovered beside him, her wings glowing brightly. "You did it," she said. "You are remarkable," Alex laughed, wiping sweat from his brow. "We did it," he corrected. "You were the brains, I was the muscle." She tilted her head. "Brains and muscle together make a powerful combination. Humans are clever." After resting, they explored the chamber more carefully. Alex collected a few small crystals, fascinated by their energy and potential. Leary showed him how to stabilize them safely, explaining that they could provide incredible power if handled correctly. As they exited the cave, the valley bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun. Alex reflected on everything he had experienced. The tiny alien had proven that intelligence, courage, and curiosity could overcome obstacles far larger than themselves. He had learned more in a single day than in years of training. "You know," he said, I never expected to find a friend on a planet like this. And definitely not someone so small and capable. Leary smiled, her wings catching the last rays of sunlight. Friendship is not measured by size. It is measured by trust and respect, Alex nodded. He felt a sense of pride and humility. This planet had tested him in ways he had never imagined, and he had survived. Not alone, but with Leary by his side. As night fell, they camped near a gentle stream, the glowing crystals lighting the area. Alex watched the stars above, feeling a connection to the universe he had never felt before. Leary hovered nearby, her light reflecting in the water, a small beacon of hope and adventure. Tomorrow, she said softly, we can explore further. There is still much to see and many secrets to uncover. Alex smiled, feeling excitement instead of fear. Then let's do it. Together. The night passed quietly, and Alex slept soundly, comforted by the presence of his tiny alien companion. He dreamed of glowing crystals, strange creatures and adventures that stretched across the stars. He knew that whatever challenges awaited, he was no longer just a human lost in space. He was part of something greater, a team, a friendship, and a journey that would change both his world and hers. When dawn arrived, Alex awoke to find Leary already preparing for the day's journey. She had a small pack of crystals and gadgets carefully organized. "Are you ready?" she asked. Alex stood feeling stronger and more confident than ever. "I'm ready," he said, smiling. "Let's see what this planet has in store for us." Together they ventured into the unknown, each step an adventure, each challenge a chance to learn and grow. Alex realized that bravery and intelligence were not limited to humans, nor was courage limited to the strong or large. Even the tiniest creature could change the course of events, teach him lessons and become a companion unlike any other. And so, the human and the tiny alien continued their exploration, discovering wonders, facing dangers, and building a bond that would last far beyond a single planet. They were a team, small and large, clever and strong, brave and curious, and together, nothing could stand in their way. The valley, the caves, the crystals, and the glowing night sky became a testament to their journey. Alex knew that when he returned home, he would carry more than crystals and knowledge. He would carry stories, memories, and a friendship that reminded him that the universe was full of surprises, and that humanity, even alone on a distant planet, could rise to meet them.